Welcome guys to my fourth YouTube video. In this video we're going to be hitting some back. We're just mainly doing upper back. We have a separate day for lower back, and then we're also hitting some shoulders. So we start off on this machine first. I don't know what it's called, to be honest, but we go really light on it just to get the blood flowing, just to get warmed up. And then we head over to the cable pulls. I like to go pretty slow on these and controlled, really get a good extension and squeeze at the top. I don't go very heavy and I don't do that many reps. I like to do the 8 to 10 rep range on this workout. I don't like to do anything above that. But we just hit a drop set right here. We start pretty heavy, just hit 5 reps or so, drop it down, and then we hit another 5 reps and then drop it down, and I think we hit about 10 reps right here. My lower back was kind of messed up from the previous day. Did 405 on deadlift for an AMRAP. Then we head over to the lat pullovers right here. We hit high rep range on these. I like to do 15 to 20. Make sure to stretch out your back and get them lats really engaged. Guys, go to the comments and drop down what is your favorite back workout. Go subscribe too. These are probably my favorite workouts right here because it really gets me pumped up and it feels the best, to be honest. But we take off the pump cover, we're looking juicy. Girl in the back doesn't even know what to think. But anyway, we hit some poses, just looking sick. Bam. What do you think about that one? And then we continue to finish out our lat pullovers. We're just going to hit one more set. And I am swinging a bit more than I would like right here, but sometimes that happens on the big jobs. In case anybody was curious, I am 195 fasted in the morning and I'm 5'8". We're on the lean bulk right now. We're staying pretty clean on our diet, not really having any cheat meals. This is probably my second favorite back workout. It really gets my back pumped, probably the best out of all the workouts. I did stay light on it today, and I wasn't very consistent with it because my back was still hurting from the day before. So we only did 2 sets right here. I believe we did around 20 reps between the both sets. So we didn't do anything too crazy with this. After this, we head over and we hit this machine. I don't know what it's called, to be honest, but at first I was leaning forward and just pulling it back as far as I could, essentially. And then after a minute, I readjusted because I like squeezing at the top a lot better. I wasn't putting my chest up against the pad that they have there anymore, and I really noticed that helped me get a pump. I was doing about 5 to 10 reps with both arms, and then I was switching to do singular arms, and I would do 3 to 5 reps each arm. My range of motion wasn't the best on this machine, but my back was already pretty pumped, so I was focusing on squeezing the middle of my back. Drop down in the comment, what is your favorite song to lift to? I am trying to expand my playlist. My top song right now is Speak Up by ISO Kenny. After this, we head over to this machine, and this one really gets good lat activation, and it's good at angle to look at my arms, like looking down the barrel. I don't like doing both arms on this machine. I like singling it out and only doing one arm. I notice I get a lot better pump. I will do 2 arms every once in a while, but it's just not something I prefer. Towards the end, I was definitely going a bit lighter, but I didn't want to start swinging too much. I wanted to make sure I was focusing on getting the pump and finishing it out. But after this, we headed over to the shoulder press and did some raw dumbbell presses. I started off here with the 60s, and then I did 10 reps. I always wear wrist wraps because I messed up my wrists my first football game last season. And then we move on to, I believe these are the 90s, just getting warmed up for the heavy set. I usually wear elbow wraps also, but I decided to go raw today and focus on getting some strength back in my elbow. After that, we went over and we raw dogged the 100s, threw it up and played around with it a little bit, if you know what I mean. I don't like using the actual shoulder press bench because it hurts my shoulders more, and I don't get as good of a pump, so I just head over and throw it at a little bit of an incline. Usually for shoulders I use a higher rep range, but for shoulder press I work up to a heavy top set, and I'll only do about 6 to 8. But on other shoulder workouts I usually do 15 to 20. That's just the way I like doing it. I mean, look how focused I am. After that, we head over and we do some actual side laterals. I like these a lot. I don't put them all the way to the side, and I don't put them all the way to the front. I kind of do a medium in between, and I noticed that helps me get a lot better pump. At this point, we were pretty much filled out, but I knew we could get a little bit more, so I went over and I grabbed the rope, and I was doing some front flies, but putting it directly in front. This is gonna hit your front delts specifically, and it's gonna take out the side delts, so you're gonna get that capped front delt. The lighting did me dirty right here, but we still looked filled out. But we're gonna hit some more. We're gonna finish with about 20 reps on this. Like I was saying before, on these workouts, these shoulder workouts, I like to do the 15 to 20 rep range. Don't make the newbie mistake and actually hit your rear delts. Otherwise, you're just gonna have some capped front delts, and your rear delts are gonna be tiny as hell. I switched between this and the cable version of this. I honestly like the cable version a lot better, but I just like to do some variations every once in a while. I also threw in a little bit of traps to finish off the back. I haven't hit traps consistently for a couple years, so I've been doing that a bit more. See, we're pretty filled out. I mean, there's not much more we can get out of it, but we just need to finish out these rear delts so we can call it a day. One thing I want to focus on this off season is growing my arms. This is a controversial opinion, but I honestly think arm dominant physiques are the best physiques. I mean, you can't go wrong with walking around with some cannons attached to you. That's going to be it for my workout though. Check out some of my posing footage. And then also my interview with Damien. He's a pretty cool dude. He owns Fuse Fit. So stay tuned for that.
Alright, who am I with today?
Damien.
Damien, and what clothing brand do you own?
So I started a fitness motivational clothing brand called Fuse Fit.
And where can we find your website?
www.fusefit.shop.
Okay, so I'm just going to ask you a few questions.
Sure.
So, does owning your own apparel brand help you pull girls?
Yeah, it could, for sure, definitely. But with this type of thing, you gotta like be professional about it. So like, obviously, you just can't like have models and then like try to flirt with them. You just gotta be professional about it. So,
Alright. Did your family support you when you first started off?
yes, they did. If not, then I don't even know if you can consider that family. Your friends, your family, they should support you in everything you do 100% of the way. So
I totally agree. What was the hardest part about starting up your own brand? Was it the cost to begin? Was it the time invested?
the hardest part for me was actually doing it. Like me physically, like sitting down, saying like I'm going to start this rather than like pushing it off. Like or I might start this. I want to actually start it. That was the hardest part. So me actually doing it.
Okay, that's good. Do you plan on hiring ambassadors / athletes?
In the future, yes, 100%. At the moment, I am currently just trying to grow the page, get the name out there more, but in the future, 100%.
And what is your goal by 2023?
The goal by 2023, I'd say just see more people in the gym, rock the brand, join the community, help people achieve their goals, and just motivate others. So,
Alright, and then what's your Instagram?
Damien.Dominguez. Otherwise, you can check out our business page, Fuse Fit. So on IG, FUZEFIT.
Alright guys, you guys gotta help out the local community, build it up, and your best support is all your friends.
Yes, sir.
So
The
go.
motto is only only takes a spark to start. So like, just every morning, just wake up with the intentions to like get the day started. Instead of saying like, I gotta go to work, more like I'm going to work, I'm going to the gym. Just gotta be grateful for everything. Just be grateful that you get to have the opportunity to go to work, to go to the gym. So just remember that. It only takes a spark to start.
All right, it was nice talking with you, man.
Yes, sir, bro. Yes, sir. About to go get this shoulder workout in.
All right, for the people who stuck around, my diet right now is 2/3 cup of rice every single meal of the day, which is 6. And then I'll have 6 ounces of steak with 3 of those meals, and 6 ounces of chicken with the other 3 of the meals. This is how I am lean bulking right now. I also eat a banana or 2 for my pre-workout, depending on how hungry I am that day and when I am hitting. I do not prefer dirty bulking because when I cut next time, I want it to be a lot easier. But have a good day, guys.